Hey guys, well done on dedicating some time out for yourselves to do a quick stretching and mobility session. For this Pilates session, we will be using a magic circle. If you don't have a magic circle, you can replicate all of these exercises with no props, or even a towel will work for most of the exercises. We're going to feel hopefully nice and lengthened and a little bit more mobile when we are finished on our mats. So when you're ready, meet me in the center of your mat. You can either stay in a low kneel or untuck those feet, cross those legs. Give your shoulders a circle, backwards and then forward. Just taking a moment to take a few big relaxed breaths to center your attention to your body within the four corners of your mats. You can pick up your magic circle and just place it so that the spongy bit is sitting on your chest plate, if that's comfortable for you, and just wrap your arms around your magic circle, kind of like you're giving it a big hug. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently drawing in with the tummy, ground both hip bones down evenly, and just a little rotation through that spine, just as far as you can control. And then slowly unwind back through center. Let's go the other way. Exhale, rotate, still trying to stay up nice and tall through that spine. Head is following the direction of your spine. Slowly unravel back to center. Let's do two more. Each way, just focusing on those shoulders, staying nice and relaxed. And just think about your spine. Imagine it's stacked vertebrae by vertebrae up nice and tall and lengthened. Let's do one more each way. This time, see if you can exhale, rotate, hold for an inhale. And as you exhale, try and just rotate that little bit further. And then slowly recoil, return back home. Last one. Breathe out, rotate, stay here for an inhale. Exhale, can we find a little bit more rotation, and then slowly come back home, let go of that circle. You can rest it just by your side. If you don't have a circle, you can just rest your hand on the floor. Otherwise, I've got a soft bend with my elbow. Big breath in, sweep, reach, lengthen. And then on the exhale, I'm going to lengthen into both sides of my waist, finding a side stretch. And the hand on the circle is just staying nice and relaxed. Shoulders staying nice and relaxed, not holding any tension. Ease all the way back home. We're here for four more. So inhale, reach. Exhale, these shoulders stays nice and relaxed. Soft pressure on the circle with the hand. Find that length. I'm going to change the direction of my circle. Hold that stretch. Return back home. Two more. Lift, reach, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Find that length. Are you feeling an amazing stretch into the side of your body? I definitely am, and I think this is my tighter side on the right side. So inhale, reach. Exhale, lengthen and stretch. Enjoy that stretch. Return back home. We're going straight onto the other side. So plant your circle down. Find that upright posture. Inhale, sweep and reach. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Stay lifted through your chest. Reaching up and over. Three more. While we're here, I want you just to check in with your body and just think, how does this side feel compared to the other side that we just focused on? Two more. Inhale, sweep, lift. Exhale, you can do a little press on that magic circle. That helps you stabilize through the right side. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stretch. And slowly return back home. Good job. We are putting our circle off to the side for a little moment, and then we're coming back to it. But I want us to warm up our joints before we go into a little bit more mobility and stretching. So hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Let's start with a few cat-cow stretches. Exhale, tuck, scoop, curl. Inhale, shine your chest plate forwards. Here, just for 3 more. And in 2. Exhale, tuck, scoop, curl, and hold. Stay here. See if you can open out at your hips. Send your tailbone back. Reach your fingertips forwards. We're here for 3 slow, deep breaths, and try and listen in to the cues. We're going to take a slow, deep inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can open out that little bit further through your hips and reach your sitting bones down towards the mat. 2 more breaths. This time, as you inhale, see if you can really feel into the base and the back of your lungs. And exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. We're here for 1 more breath. Slow, deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to think and see if you can find that little bit more length from fingertips all the way down to tailbone, melting into your stretch. Exhale, stay in that rounded angry cat position and find your neutral spine in 4-point kneel. We're going to wake up these hip joints. So we're alternating legs. Exhale, slide, lift to reach. Inhale, return the leg back home. Alternating legs, waking up the hip joints, waking up the glutes, and see if you can keep the hip bones nice and level the whole time. We are here just for 6, exhaling to reach. Here for 5, doing so well. In 4, really focus on controlling the movement. In 3, pressing up strong through the hands. In 2, last one, exhale, reach, come back home. I want you to tuck your toes under, hands just in front of shoulders. We're going from hovering to plank, and then wave your body, send your hips up and back into a downward dog. So heels might start lifted here, especially if we're still warming up into the back of our legs. I want you to really press the mat away from you with the hands, open up through the chest. And if it feels good to start to pulse into those feet, you can do that. It'll give you a deeper stretch into the back of the leg, into the calf muscles. Let's stay here just for 8, 7, 6. In 5, I haven't done these stretches for a while. 3, it feels so good to, last one, find stillness. It feels so good just to focus on some mobility. So find a bit of stillness, focus on that control, focus on drawing in a little bit through that core to stabilize those hips. In 3, in 2, and 1. Wave your body back into your plank, lower your knees, and meet me lying on your side. We're going into a quad stretch, so we're stretching the muscles at the front of the thigh. You can do it with your magic circle, especially if you're a little bit tighter through the front of the thigh. This will make it easier. So the circle sits on the foot and you're holding on to the other end. So you could do this with a towel as well. We're drawing the foot, the heel towards the bottom. So keeping that long neutral spine, you can ease in and out of this stretch, or you can just hold the stretch, whatever feels good for you. If you're not feeling a stretch with the circle, to find a deeper stretch, reach your hand for your foot. So find what feels good for your body. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can find a little bit more length, a little bit more stretch and opening through the front of this thigh. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Slow, deep inhale. Exhale. See if you can ease the heel a little bit closer to your bottom if that works for your body today. Last one, breathing in. Exhale, opening into the front of this leg. We slowly release, and I want you just to roll on to your back here. We're finding our circle, and the leg that we were just stretching, we're going to place the foot into the circle. So your other knee can stay bent. That makes it a little bit of an easier stretch, or you can lengthen that leg out. We're just going from a bend to a little straighten with this leg, okay? If the stretch is too much, Just keep more of a bend in your knee, if that is okay, or just bend the other leg up. Otherwise, once you've got that stretch, work towards easing into a little bit of a deeper lengthen into the back of this hamstring. In 3. So if you're feeling good, in 2, you can straighten the leg. Last 1, and you can either just hold this hamstring stretch or ease into a little bit of a deeper stretch. You can pulse if you like. So what I want you to focus on is keeping your hip bones level, gentle draw in with the center, with our deep core. That's going to help you stabilize your hips. Relax the shoulders, and then you can just enjoy the stretch. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1, I want you to bend the other knee and bend this knee. So both knees are bent. This knee is in line with this hip. I'm still holding the circle. I'm just easing my hip out. So opening out, rotating out at the hip, back to center. Exhale, easing out. Easing back home. Hips stay level, gentle draw in with that core. If it helps to exhale as you open out, you can do that. If it helps to open the opposite knee out to stretch those inner thighs, you can also do that because you'll feel more balanced if you open out the other knee. In 3, takes a little bit to think about the coordination though. In 2, well for me anyway, last 1, you can either stay with this movement, otherwise reach the leg up to the sky. It's the same movement, it's a deeper stretch with a straight leg. So you can anchor this arm out long in line with your shoulder. You can add in the other knee open, but we're stretching the leg, it's now lengthened. Same movement. So just make sure you're staying in a range that is well controlled for you. In 4, in 3, and 2, and last 1. You can hold that stretch if that feels good. Just 4, in 3, in 2, come on home, in 1. And just place this ankle over the other thigh. Just leave it on there. We're going into a glute stretch. So you've got your standard figure 4 stretch here, right? I'm sure we've all done this before. You can lift up the other thigh. I'm sure most of you have probably seen this stretch before. What we're doing with the hands behind this thigh is as we ease the leg closer to our body, it's giving us a deeper stretch in this glute. So if you want to add the magic circle, it's going to sit behind the foot and you're gently drawing in, pulling in on the circle, easing this thigh forwards. And while you're doing that, if you want this deeper stretch, think about opening out through this hip here. Just work within what feels good for you. If the circle behind the foot feels a bit hard to maneuver, just get rid of it and just put your hand behind your thigh, if that helps. In 3, in 2, I hope that made sense to you all. And last 1, you can lower that foot down, uncross those feet, come to your side, and I want you to stagger those legs and press on up. So we're in this mermaid position with our legs. If that feels comfortable for you, you can stay here, otherwise just cross the legs. And I just want you to reach this arm out, take an inhale, sweep up to the sky. Exhale, reach up and over towards your other ankle. Inhale to the sky and lower, just 2 more like that. Inhale, reach, tummy in. Exhale, lengthen, up and over, back to the sky. And last one, off we go. Reach, stretch, exhale, lengthen, and lower. Let's change legs. So crossing those legs, finding that Z sit with your body. See if you can plant both hips down into the mat. Send this arm out and up. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, reach up and over. Find that amazing stretch into the side of your body. Let's do 2 more like that. Reach, stretch, Exhale, arc and lengthen. My right side definitely feels tighter than my left side. How is your body feeling? Are you noticing one side is a little bit tighter or a little bit more mobile? Check in with your bodies. Well done. Come straight onto the other side to lie long ways. You can bend that bottom knee. We're stretching the quads, so hooking your foot into your magic circle. Keep the hips stacked, keep the tummy drawn in, little tuck under with your tailbone, and we're just easing your heel back towards your bottom. You can do a few little pulses here. You can do a hold, and if that feels a little bit too easy, you can place your hand on your ankle and ease your heel to your bottom. You can close your eyes and just focus on that amazing opening and stretch into the front of your quad. You can take an inhale. And on the exhale, try and deepen that lengthening. One more breath in. And slow, relaxed breath out. Find that stretch and release. We are going to roll onto our back. Place the other foot that you did not work on before back in that magic circle. You know what we are doing here. Just lengthen, soft bend. Finding that stretch into our hamstring muscles. If you want a deeper stretch, lengthen your bottom leg. And I want you to focus on keeping your hip bones level, and drawing in through the deep core will help you do that, hopefully. In 3, in 2, try and make the leg just that little bit longer and see if you can hold that lengthened hamstring stretch. Do some pulses if that feels good. Focus on your breath. Make sure you're not carrying any tension in your shoulders. Bend the bottom knee, bend the top knee, and you can anchor your arm out if you like. Otherwise, we exhale a little, open at the hip, ease back home. Exhale, a little open. And actually, it's much harder to control with the core with just the single leg opening out. So it actually makes it much easier to balance the movement if you open the other hip out as well. Exhale to open out. Just stay in a range you can control. So I'm not really pulling on the magic circle. It's just kind of supporting and guiding my leg out and in. You know what to do after your next one. See if you can lengthen this leg up to the sky. The foot is pointed or relaxed, and it's the same movement. Exhale, will open out. Inhale back home. It helps to anchor this outer arm in line with the shoulder, planting just softly down onto the mat. On the exhale, see if you can relax through those shoulders. Just for 3. In 2, we open out and hold that stretch if you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, in 1. Bring the leg home. Let go of that circle, release that ankle over the other leg, over the other thigh, and find your glute stretch. So open out at the hips. You can lift this thigh up, just doing little pulses with this thigh towards your body. While you do that, we're thinking about opening out through this hip. So if you want to try and maneuver that with your magic circle, we basically just hold the circle and pulse it in. But if you're particularly tight through your glutes, it might be hard to actually get the circle in this position. If that's the case, don't worry about the circle, okay? Like my glutes are much tighter on this side, so it's much harder for me to use the circle. So I'm not going to use it on this side either. Let's stay here for 4, in 3, in 2, 1. Big breath in. Exhale, melt into that glute stretch just a little bit further. Release that thigh. Place both feet on the mat. We're going to roll up. We're back in our 4-point kneel position, and I want you to lift up into your plank and bring one leg forwards into our pretzel stretch. Opening out at the hip, drawing in through that core. If it feels good, just to melt your body forwards just to find a deeper stretch into that hip. We've warmed up the joint now, so you should find that this is not as stiff as it would have been. Let's stay here for an inhale. And on the exhale, try and melt a little bit deeper. One more breath in. Exhale, melting. Place those hands down, lifting up. We are changing legs, bringing the other foot forwards. The other leg is lengthened. We're opening out at the hip, finding that deep glute stretch. If it feels good, you can fold your body forwards for an inhale. Exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. And one last breath, slow deep inhale. And relaxing that breath out. I want you to uncross that foot. Send both legs back into your plank. Wave your body up and back into a downward dog. This is our last exercise for our session. Open out through the chest. If it feels good, just to pulse into those feet for our final stretch. You can do that, or just find stillness just for 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Softly lower the knees. Sink the bottom back. Just take one slow deep inhale. You can close your eyes. Slow deep exhale. Let that air go. Give your shoulders a little circle, a little shrug, and you are all done. Great job, everyone.